Hey guys, it's Odd996, and welcome to episode 80 of the Spanish Campaign Chronicles. I looked up, like I said in the last episode, galleons versus the other ship whose name I can't read, and they're more similar than I thought, sort of, but the other combat ship actually has better accuracy, so I'm gonna build those instead. But the galleons are still good because they're kinda powerful, and they can be used for trade after. But anyway, in Europe, the situation in the Netherlands looks okay. Looks like we're going to be able to take out the Westphalians, I mean, if that's a word. And the French might help me, and they might even take Rome for themselves, which would be kind of cool, I guess. And here's just 5th rates, so don't need to change those. But the French are not going to move their army, but they did send me this trade agreement thing. They once again want another region, and it appears that they're trying to trade away their colonial holdings for more European. Well, actually that's not always the case, but they're just trying to trade away their colonies for my colonies or for, like, my European holdings, and I don't really want to do that. So the Italians are going to attack me at Naples, and you can see the forces there. I'm going to fight this battle out, and let's see what happens. So I had to cut forward a little bit, just to save time. They just basically marched to where I am camped out trying to defend, and I've made use of the terrain here, so I can use this little wall to cover my men. But it seems like there's a glitch, sort of. They're not firing, they're just sort of standing there. They're not even taking cover from the wall. They're just standing right behind it. And I did, unlike Empire Erwin Rommel, I actually had the thing where it changes the symbol of the mouse, and I dragged it there, and they had their little green formation thing where they would line up against the wall and take cover and everything. But it's not working right now. So they're not even firing, standing up. But neither is the enemy, so I don't really know what to do. Maybe I'll bring them back and then restack them on the wall. So there we go. Alright, so maybe this will work. And if it does, I'll have to do it to everyone. And apparently it did work. At least they're taking cover now. I can't see that they're firing, so they're at least under cover. So that's better. I'm going to do that for all of the infantry I have taking cover on the wall that haven't been moved since the game started. Because these guys who I have to move are all in their still original positions. I moved some of my men, but most are still in the same place. So we're not taking fire, even though it says we should be on the bottom. Don't really know what's happening. And they're also not in a formation, they're sort of just, like, some of their men are, but the others are just sort of scattered around the area. So I'm going to tell them to attack, and they're still not going to do anything. This is a pretty bad glitch that we are experiencing right now. I thought for a second the game might have been in pause because nothing is happening, but it wasn't. So anyway, we're gonna spread it. We're gonna speed. Actually, never mind. But now stuff is happening. I tried to send my men out in front to shoot from away from the wall, but that's not happening. And you see my other men finally now fired, so we're gonna send these guys back behind the wall. If I can find the place where my mouse can go. Come on. Oh, wow. It changes right as I click it. Alright, there we go. But we did lose some men because of it, which is stupid. But anyway, now at least we're returning fire from undercover. Well, behind cover, I mean. And the cavalry is getting in my firing range here. Hopefully they won't charge, but I do have my pikemen in the back. And the reason they're behind those little barriers was because I wanted to do my best to protect them from stray bullet fire, which in this game, apparently bullets are still lethal outside of the musket's range for some reason, which doesn't make sense. But like, I understand like accurate range, but if the accurate range is what is shown when you have that little like red kind of circular type thing around the units, you should, I guess, be able to make them force fire outside of the accuracy range like you can with cannons, but you can't. So that would lead me to believe that they're not lethal outside of that range, but they still are for some reason. And also, one of the computer's tips, I mean, like, you know how when they like tell you, like that guy pops up and tells you like a strategy you can use in the battle, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. One of the things he said to me once was, when facing cavalry with infantry, use square formations. I'm like, okay. And he said it's a good idea to place them so that they're like just on the outside of their different ranges, so that they can shoot everyone in between them, but they won't be able to kill each other. So apparently that's not true. They can kill each other, they just can't accurately kill each other.